Okay, try this again.
Probably shouldn't have to be that far up, guys.
Alright, good spam. Now you hop down. Now you're a healer. You're a support. So that first little cheeky spam damage is fine, but now you get back to your team.
Diva's top right.
There you go. This kind of sucks because Roadhog's way up too far by himself. You're not with him, which is sort of a, I don't know, two philosophical viewpoints on this. Two of your a DPS and a tank. I think it was a McCree and a Roadhog are up front, like by the front lines of the team. So in their minds, you have a Lucio, so Lucio's be with them, either healing them or more likely speeding them back if they get like a cheap kill. But yeah, so now you're down DPS. If that team was smart, this Road's still way back by himself. They have 6 on 5 now. They should just be running through the choke. They're not for whatever reason. I'm not even sure if I've seen anybody on the enemy team except for that Tracer, which is confusing. Like, they're not here. Where are they? I guess they're all coming that side. Good hits on Ana there. Road should be jumping down, and you should be trying to boost him back if he jumps. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I would have stayed with your Roadhog since he's going to be getting fucked up. That was good. That was a good boop. Good shots. Way to get back. Way to abuse boop. Orisa went down there. Nothing much you can do about it. Roadhog's hurt, so you should get up to him. Yeah, looks like he just got stuck. Good job with the speed there.
Let's get back to choke.
There you go. I can hear your mic this game, so that helps me understand what you're thinking at least.
Let's protect the choke, guys.
That soldier is off doing his own thing. Or Junkrat. Oh, it's a soldier. I had no idea what he's doing. Again, Roadhog's up here. So at this point, you got to kind of make a decision. You can't hold the choke by yourself. Like, I understand what you're trying to do. Like, oh, if I'm in choke, I can heal everybody who's at choke. But literally half your team is now out of choke. And I think the better call here is going to support them. Even though I wouldn't say it's overall the right strategy, you sort of can't be right and lose and call that the right move, right? So, like, I'd almost rather you're up there with the Roadhog or with the soldier. At least then if someone comes flank, it's 2-on-1. But here you're just sort of... Yeah, I don't know why the Reaper didn't just run straight at you and just crush you. You were dead to rights there. This guy is slept or dead. Who the fuck knows what this situation is. Arista's still running back. You're alone. So now you should be, again, as a Lucio player, you are a support player. You're either back here helping this Orisa speed back to point, or you're up there healing with your team. Being up here on this ledge does literally nothing for nobody. You're not healing, you're not speeding. Again, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Let's count how long you're doing this. Okay, so it took almost 10 seconds of game time for you to have any effect on the game whatsoever, which essentially is just as bad as you being dead, right? Like, you're not technically feeding the enemy team ult, so I guess that's not the end of the world, but you're not speeding, you're not healing, you're just sort of circling around in a big circle, not on point and not up where the fight is, but just sort of nowhere. So now you get to point, which is good. That was a great fucking boop if that worked. Wow. That was huge. That was a huge swing. I don't know why the D.Va didn't fly out. Maybe she just used it. Right there, your Orisa was getting really hurt, and I think you could have saved her with a amp it up heal. But it might have just been... Alright, so I got you in my sights. I'm hoping the next thing I hear is let's break it down. No. I think you might have got... You were antied, so it might not have really helped. And it looks like your team somehow survived, so I guess not the end of the world. But that the soldier ultimate on the enemy team is a direct call and response. I've got you in my sights, let's break it down. That should be every time if you hear it, if you're grouped up, just because that it completely mitigates his ultimate. It basically erases it. This is good. You're speeding your team back. You're getting behind your tanks. You're in the right position to actually do some healing. This guy, is that soldier again? He's dead? Yeah, he's fucking terrible. So I feel like for the rest of this review, I'm going to be saying things that may or may not, be accurate, because I feel like my gut says at this point you're in a 5-on-6 game. Because this guy is just running no matter what, playing 1-on-1 COD mode, quickscope McGee. So you're kind of You're kind of handicapped. I don't know why that Torb ulted there on your team. I might have missed something. This is good. This is good. Nice way to peek there, get some damage, and then back up. That wasn't your fight to carry. You just initiated and got people looking, which is perfect. That's behind you. Another good boop. So I know you have Mike because I heard you earlier. So right now you should be announcing to your team like Reaper on point, Reaper right, Reaper right. Like get them noticing because this isn't a fight you win.
Reaper right side.
No, read my mind. A little late on the call out, but way to let the team know at least so they're aware of what's going on. So that I don't know how you're. Who is this down here? I don't know who this is, but your Reinhardt just died to what I assume was Junkrat spam damage, and then whoever that was died as well. So you gotta kind of make a decision here. You got 3 on point alive, and you just killed the soldier, so you know it's like 5 on 3 or 4 on 3 up here. 60 seconds left for them to capture this point, and you have your ultimate, which you've had for quite some time. So Lucio isn't one of those heroes that you need to just pop ult so you can get ult again, because you need it really to be reactionary, especially on defense. You want it to be reactionary. You're not initiating fights with Lucio on defense. You see this Reaper here in front of you. He's probably got ult at this point. If he pops and you can instantly pop your Lucio ult, you'll negate it, but that's going to be hard. Again, is that fucking soldier out there? What a goddamn idiot. Div on point. You should be speeding. So healing does nothing right here. If that div is going to kill somebody, it's going to kill somebody. Your heals will only come after. You should be speeding to maybe save this guy and maybe save Roadhog. You can always save yourself with a speed boost. Speed, amp it up, get everyone out of there. You would have lost 2 if Roadhog wasn't healing through it, but that was a good boop. You knocked Diva off point. You sort of de-initiated her little ultimate follow-up, so that was very good. But it's just you and Hog now, and I have a feeling you're going to get railroaded. So that I don't like at all. You're only hitting... Let me double check. I think you just get the Roadhog in this. Yep. So I see this 1 on our screen right here. That means only one person is, and just barely you catch this Roadhog outside of this wall. So I'm gonna guess that this ultimately fails. Mostly because you're only getting the Roadhog. He was healing himself, so it almost doesn't do anything. You give yourself a little extra health, but in the grand scheme of things, this is too much DPS to deal with. Yeah, this Zen comes in. And I'm guessing they're going to win this fight. Right now, you're trying to fight off a soldier while he's being healed up. So I don't know what I guess I don't know what the strategy is here. Like, this guy, I think, has thrown himself off the ledge because he knows the fight's lost. There's 3 on point with a 4th and 5th coming. They've popped Zen ult, so you can't ever do damage anymore. I would guess your best bet is just to speed back to the point 2. There's no way you survive this. You're going to go down, you're going to lose a point, and worst case here, it's a trickle, and they know it. So, I mean, now you're down 3 staggered, and they're only down 1, but he's going to respawn at the front door, basically at the same point. So if they were to bum rush now, they probably won't catch you off guard, but that fight was lost from about... I mean, really, you shouldn't use your ultimate, but right here, where that Zen pops, it's over now. This this Reinhardt's almost dead. He's not protecting anybody. He's just using his shield to hide himself, which is worthless. This Roadhog has already used his heal and has already gone through your extra health, and they're just cleaning up. So this is a lost fight at this point. If I were you and you saw, okay, 3 on point, I can't hurt anybody. They're getting Zen healed. All my team's dead. 4 on point. Turn around right here and just throw yourself off the map. You're gonna lose this fight. There's no teleporter up. No one's coming back from this. You got no mercy to res, so throw yourself off the map. Don't let them get extra. They're all, because you're healing right now, they're all getting a little extra ult charge off you, just shooting you, versus just speed off the map, throw yourself off suicide. Now you're going to respawn back in the point, which you would have anyways. Yeah, that's terrible. Your Junkrat's fighting a completely lost fight. Say like 5 on, 4 on. It's about to be 1. Nobody's even close. Don't speed here. Don't encourage them to run back out to this point because there's nothing to be won. The next point is here, and you're already on it. Set up shop. Get in a good position. This suicide charge back to the point to see what's up. There goes that fucking soldier again. Now you got this Roadhog, who you really should, again, that's his problem. He's an idiot. but you should go out there and try to ferry him back to the door, because he gets roadhogged or he just gets discorded in a lucky Junkrat tire and they kill him. If I'm them, I'm pushing in right now. I know they're down a tank. I know they're scattered. I know we got momentum. So yeah, good call out. Way to tell them to set up. Call out immediately over here that there's a Tracer, a Reaper, and a D.Va to your right. So half their team is now committed to a right flank, and it looks like only 2 of you know about it. So as Lucio, try to take on the role of shot caller and tell people, like, these people are here, because then you can speed them in, speed them out. That's a great fucking pin by Ryan. Way to clean up that D.Va mech. Now that Reaper's hurt, and he's just using his escape tech, and you have all your tech left, and Reinhardt has his Fire Strike, and will have a charge in about 2 seconds. I would advise taking this fight at this point. Normally I wouldn't, but he's not going to be able to kill both of you. In all likelihood, Reinhardt's just going to swing away, and Reaper's going to panic, shoot him in the chest, and you'll be able to finish off this kill and get some ult. He doesn't go for the health pack, which is retarded. Right there, though, that Reinhardt's pretty badly hurt since he was face-taking that Reaper. Go heal him up. You left him alone, and you know that Tracer's still over there somewhere. So that's bad. And again, you're not +0 here. You're not helping anybody at this point. You're not healing anybody. Sort of get up here. Again, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 seconds until you are healing or speeding somebody. 10 seconds of skating around the point. That's 20 seconds now total this game, where you've effectively been off the map. Yeah, I mean, you could have been in the spawn room trolling as far as the game's concerned. So try to think of that when you're Lucio and nothing's going on. Where can you be? What's the position you can get in for the next fight? Who can you top off? Who can you speed up and out and maybe make an impact? But those 10 seconds, they don't seem like much, but they are costing you guys long term. This Ana is completely fucked. She's by herself. Reinhardt's already slugged out most of her health. She's falling down this hole. The only way out is a long run by herself, back up those stairs to the left. So right here, turn off your heals, turn your speed on, and let Reinhardt go chase her, and you should go chase her too. She eventually dies, but then she helps take out this fucking soldier. Whatever. But again, you could have sped down there and gone to help that fight, and maybe help this fight too. But I think you're being a little too passive, a little too just skating around mid here. He was hurt and discorded, and sort of in a small trapped area over here. So as much as I like the idea of you going to get him, that's sort of a lost cause. And if you die trying to pick up this likely stacked fight here, it's going to be twice as bad, and they're most likely going to push. So kind of ask yourself before you run in like that, like, is it worth to go heal them? And like, what are my chances of actually getting this guy healed enough where he can get back out? If he's discorded and on his last shred of health and he's already boxed in a corner, you might not want to go find out if it's a good idea to go save him. Good job on that. I wouldn't turn around like that. It's a small thing, but you already got the speed advantage over every hero in the game at this point. You don't need to turn around to run forward. Just keep backing up just in case you see something. Like when you turn around like that, you're missing potential flanks in the window, missing people coming this way, missing the ability to see somebody who needs healing or speeding around here. Don't turn your back to an enemy on a choke like that. That's bad positioning overall. This is good. You're firing in a lot of damage and getting ults. I would guess by the time you engage next fight, you're going to get ults.
Reaper left.
Good call on the Reaper. Way to not engage him. Yeah, good job on the speed, getting people in and out. Again, this sort of sucks. 3 people critical. 1 you can help, 1 you can't really help. 1 absolute fuckboy who's nowhere to be seen. I don't know what this person's doing. It's probably the stupid soldier again. But that was really risky. If that was a hammer down there, all of you would have been completely screwed. It was a good boop, but that was a risky move. Lucio is not a sort of get in a small room and start boxing kind of character. So you don't want to get yourself pinned in a space where you don't have mobility options. You could easily be wall riding up here, by the way, like just hopping around. You can still heal this entire time and be speeding up on these walls, but you're sort of, I don't think I've seen you wall ride yet this entire game, to be honest. Good. You recognized he was low on health. You finished off that kill. He's going back to heal up in spawn room. This is fine. So right here again, start thinking. They lost that fight. They're going to regroup now. Now, where are you setting up? you're just sitting. Is that your fucking Zen all the way out? I mean, if I were you, I'd at least try to get on Mike. This Zen is so far up, and he's by himself. He's a Zenyatta. Like I don't understand what he thought he would accomplish 1v6 literally, but maybe at least get on Mike and just try to be like, hey Zen, I can ferry you back, and you come back. Just something to see if you at that level of retardation. There's probably no chance, but worth a shot. Again, your Roadhog, now he's 1v whatever up here alone. But as a Lucio, you can go up there and affect change. Like you can speed up there and try to heal him or speed him out. I mean, nothing's happening on the point. So again, you're not right now. You're doing nothing. You already have your ult, so getting more damage down range, like just trash damage that they're going to heal through, is actually worse than net zero because you're not only are they going to heal it up, whatever their healers are, but their healers are going to get ultimate. You already have ult, so don't worry about trash damage unless it's like this where you're trying to help them secure a kill. But don't just throw damage down range for the sake of it. So again, if you were up here at this point, or up here like you should be, because that's where the fight's taking place, no one's hurt on point. No one's on point. So as a support player, Lucio, you were doing nothing right here, and you're not calling out positions either. If you were up here, you could boop him off into the middle of this arena and secure that kill. You could boop him out. You could help who's ever up here do damage. But from down here, you can't do jack shit. Again, I think you're the only guy on point, and there's a soldier behind a Reinhardt who's pushing in. So while I understand that like being on point is the right idea, your team isn't supporting that decision right now, and alone you can't win. So you have to either get with your team here. All right, looks like you're doing okay. Exactly. See, that was perfect. You got back to your team, got back to your Reinhardt, got back to your Torb. That ultimate. Let me see that one more time. I was talking too much. This feels like a panic ult for two reasons. One, your Torb is already ulting, so that's probably going to clean up who's ever trying to take point, because this thing is going to shred who's ever there. There's Zen just ulted in response, I'm guessing, to the Torb ult. Then your Reinhardt hammers down, which fails, I think, perfectly, and then you ult. So Torb ults, then their team ults in response, then you ult, so you kind of have ult advantage here, but this feels sort of like a waste of ult economy. You pop this ult, it's going to save... I don't know. I don't know if it actually saved anybody or anyone needed it. Everyone's still pretty much at full health. The only guy back here is a fucking Zen who knows what his plan was once that Transcendence ended, but I would say total damage dealt after you ulted was like 50 total spread out over 3 people. So in my mind, that ult accomplished nothing. It felt like a panic ult. It felt like you saw a bunch of stuff happening at once and just hit that Q key because that's what felt right. But man, it'd be great to have that ult left for the next fight. Knowing they have 60 seconds, knowing the next fight's going to be a desperation, pop player ults at once. Your ult would cancel half them out immediately, whereas you're definitely not going to get ult in the next 41 seconds. So that was definitely bad ult usage for you guys. And again, not to keep harping on the same point, but I think you've had 2 total ults this game. First one was a waste because you hit it as after the fight was decided. Basically, you decided to pop ult. That's the worst time you can pop ult, is after that sort of die has been cast and it's already been decided. So after you lost that fight, you popped ult, which didn't work. Reviewing the video, obviously, I know the fight's over because I'm looking at everything in slow motion. You might have known that in real time, but think about that before you pop ults. Like, is this fight already won or lost? Both are horrible decisions to cast ult. If it's lost, wasted ult. If it's won, wasted ult. You can have it for the next fight. This second ult felt more like a panic ult. Like, Torb was ulting, then Zen ulted, then the 2 Ryans started going after it, and they had 3 guys on point, so you popped. But again, just take that 1 extra half beat, look at the kill feed, look at who's on point. That Reinhardt's fighting a Reinhardt 1v3, technically, so he's going to lose. The Zen popped his defensive ult, and you guys weren't like soldier ulting or anything, or diva bomb, so it's sort of meaningless. And your Torb was currently ulting, so he's throwing insane damage downrange to everybody who's on point for the next 4.5-5 seconds, which is going to mitigate any kind of push they have. Even if that fight started going the other way, then you pop ult, that's better than you breaking it down there, and effectively, again, wasting it. No one needed the heals. No one needed the health. Man, this is really bad trickling. You got not you, but like this Roadhog again is out there alone. That fucking Reinhardt's dead for some reason. Lost to a soldier, which should never happen. Right now, I feel like you're getting sort of tunnel vision into COD mode again, where like you're off to the side, you're not healing or speeding anybody. You should be at least up here helping whoever's up here. A big fat 0 again on your screen, meaning nobody is being sped or healed. I mean, it's the last 20 seconds, I get that, but yeah, at least pop some heals, back up, give somebody the option. Go assist this Roadhog out here. Do something other than being in this little staircase doing nothing. Again, 10 seconds left now. That Roadhog's still out there, still fighting. Like, go help him. Maybe it's a 2-on-2, maybe it's a 2-on-1. I don't know who that's a soldier, I guess, who's discorded. Whatever. Again, so that last 5 seconds, go up to the choke, man. Like, go with the team. Have the fight somewhere that isn't on the point. Don't invite them to come marching into the point with their desperation 5 ult stack and see what happens. Go push the fight up to the choke so they have to take a much shittier desperation fight up here, knowing that they desperately need to like dive to the point, in which the case you're probably just gonna be shooting them in the back as the game ends. But yeah, I'd say biggest takeaways from this game: stop being in a position where you're affecting zero change. Stop being alone as a Lucio. Call out more, and even if people are slightly out of position, be close enough that you can help them either ferry back to position or heal them or do something. Just standing there, literally doing nothing, skating in a big circle, off point and away from choke. Like, I don't know what that strategy is, but it's not effectual in any metric that Lucio has. The other thing is for sure ult usage. You ulted twice in this game. It was a quicker game, but you easily could have gotten 3 ults out of it. You held on to those 2 for a while, and when you did choose to use them, whether that was a combination of shit, I've had this ult for too long and now I need to use it, or oh shit, a lot of things are happening, I need to ult. They both did nothing essentially, right? Like that first fight was a total goner, and then you popped ult, which is bad. And the second one, the fight was already won, so the other side of that coin, it was already over, and your team had already used 2 ults. So that was maybe even the worst ult usage, that second one, because you're hurting your ult economy so much more when you know your team has used now 1/3 of the team's total potential ults. And really, going back to the video, I don't remember, but I think when you pop that ult, Reinhardt used his, Torb had already used his, and you were the only ult left. So knowing that they're probably going to come in and try ulting, and you can cancel one of those out with your ult is huge, but just popping it like that and just using it to use it could have been a really big swing in the game for them, knowing that the next fight they brought to your doorstep, even though they were terrible and they never really got together here, you guys were ult exhausted and you had nothing to counter anything they did. If that Ana would have ulted their Reinhardt or nano boosted the soldier while he ulted, that would have been GG for you guys probably, because you guys had no more defensive ults left. Lucio and Torb had just popped, and Reinhardt was not going to be able to shatter down anybody on point since he just popped his and missed completely. So pay attention to what's going on before you ult, and I'd say maybe use your ult more often and use it as a defensive measure when enemy teams like Soldier or nano boost somebody, just to mitigate the use of their ult usage. You'll cycle through it more. You'll help your team more by just having more effective healing in general, but it won't be so much a make or break where you're trying to pop ult in a panic and then it turns out it's an absolute waste.